So, are we ready?
This is the Evolution, the new car.
This one is even with the new automatic gearbox, with the paddle shift, which I think I'm gonna let you feel, but it's a very nice update for this car because it's make it much more easy to drive.
Feels pretty good already.
Yeah,
one corner in.
I have the camera in front of my vision, but all okay.
Sorry
I know
about
the
that.
track.
Oh man, that gorgeous late apex there. Is that the tyre starting to move around a little bit at the rear, or it just...
Yeah, it's. I think I find it cool that it's a bit playful from the rear, to be honest. But honestly, this car, its best environment is actually more on the gravel track.
Yeah.
It's definitely even more better playground to see the potential of the car. Because obviously on the track, of course, more you can always go bigger, let's say, with that car. But it's a little bit like this morning.
Oh
But on the wet, it didn't work so well. Or it didn't end up so well.
It is, it's a change of direction with the car and everything, isn't it? It's just...
Yeah, you can just, it's like you say, if you brake and make a nice steering input on the right moment, the rear is really playful, yeah.
The gearbox seems incredible.
It's really nice, and actually if you keep it then without the sport mode and that you drive normal, it's like a very smooth gearbox then.
Yeah.
Like my Toyota CHA at home is like a smooth automatic gearbox from a road car.
And this, I have to say, the whole dash and everything, that improvement is fantastic. I mean, it looks like you're in a sort of 80s or 90s rally car.
Yeah, a little bit, that's the idea.
It is incredible how much you as drivers and Akio Toyoda himself are part of the development process of this thing.
Yeah, that, like I say, I'd never seen that before in any other company I worked for. So.
Now the precision when you had it in kind of race mode, it felt like
it's still very responsive,
wow,
yeah.
it's tremendous. Yeah.
And of course, as the racing drivers, we are often quite demanding on that,
Yeah.
and complain easily when the shifts are not good enough. And like I say, yesterday I drove it first time and I was quite positively surprised straight away. So.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sébastien Ogier, I can only begin to imagine how cool it is to have a car named after you. So tell me about the GR Yaris Sébastien Ogier edition.
It's a real honor, to be honest. I'm super proud of this project, and yeah, it started some months ago already, where I think with Akio we had a little talk about it and thought that it could be very cool and the fan could love it, and then for some months nothing happened. And I remember last year after Rally Japan, we had a dinner all together, and then I was sitting next to Akio and I was saying him, maybe we need to think about the special edition again. The next day, some of his team was calling me and say, okay, we need to go forward now. It's confirmed that we are allowed to proceed. And then I was impressed because I could be so much involved into the process of creating this car, choose the color, choose which part I would like to customize or to improve on the car. And yeah, I didn't expect that to be possible in our days. So it's such a pleasure to work with a German like Akio Toyoda. I'm always a fan because he's have an incredible passion about the sport, about cars, and about he loves us drivers, and big respect, and yeah, it's been a fun project.
If I was able to get one of 200 Sébastien Ogier editions, what would I get? What have you worked on? Where's the input from you?
Well, we've been doing some testing to set a special torque distribution mode, for example, and the funny thing on that is one mode on the car is named after me also, so it's like the Ogier mode.
And is this the crazy mode, the flat out
I'm not
mode?
sure if it's crazy because actually I said it on a more efficient way for me, on the fastest way, and that's one of the cool things. There is nice wings on the rear, and that was mainly to have a car looking even closer to the World Rally car we are driving during the season, and that has been really a beautiful piece developed especially for this car with a full piece of carbon, and it's nice when you watch it close. I chose the special color as well with a matte grey, which is unique and was not used with Toyota before, and I think it's the end product looks super cool. There won't be many cars product, unfortunately, only 200, so it will be a very exclusive car. And yeah, to have like a limited edition and numbered edition always make it very special for the lucky owner who's gonna have the chance to get it. It's definitely something you want to keep with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and what we've just driven, a pre-production model of the new GR Yaris, the facelifted. It's difficult to call it a facelift because it feels quite different. I mean, it's an amazing car to begin with, but that was even more amazing.
Yeah, this one was very cool. So there is more power, so more performance into this car, and also the one we just drove have the new automatical gearbox, which is very impressive. I was positively surprised when I drove it the first time. With a pretty quick gear change up and down, and of course it's always make the car faster to have this kind of gearbox. And for any kind of drivers, I think the idea in the team was that for gentleman drivers or amateur drivers it will for sure step up their game massively, but even for professional drivers, to be honest, it's a big comfort driving this new gearbox and pushing the limits for better. It's the motto of Toyota and Akio Toyota, and I think yeah, it's really happening and it's cool to be part of it.
How hard were we pushing the limits out?
Well, reasonably. I think I think the best playground for such a car is actually more when you come to a slippery environment and more kind of closer to rally stage or small mountain road. But on the track you already get a good sense of what this car can do, and yeah, here it feels safe actually for us rally driver to have a lot of room around, and it feels always too slow. But still, I think you have to tell me, what did you feel from the right side?
I think we were definitely pushing the limits. No, it was.
Then I did enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm glad I wasn't here in the rain. Maybe. Moving on, you did mention there that going into the mountains, this is where this car will be in its natural habitat, and we will see, obviously, GR Yaris Rally 1 in the mountains this week in Monte Carlo. How excited are you? It's Monte Carlo week. Is that feeling back?
This feeling never get hold for me, and it's always every year the same. Every year the excitement is building, and this stars I had in my eyes when I was a child, watching this rally is still there, and that's what is beautiful about it. Because of course it's easy sometimes to get bored about repetition and getting things done many times. But this rally always excites me a lot, and yeah, really looking forward to it and to be there. Especially this year, it's coming back more in the real mountain again, and more to my natural habitat in close to Gap. So yeah, excited to be here.
Do you get the opportunity this week to get and see friends in Forêt Saint-Julien, and would you get there?
Not much. The truth is the race weeks are very intense in our days, and we have to not so much free time for ourselves. So it's not the right moment really to see our old friends, but a lot of them are still coming to cheer for me on the side of the road or on the service park. So of course it's still nice to have this little hello with them. But yeah, the focus is on the driving one more time, and now target is high. Target is to go to number 10 here in Monte. So for sure it's a big task, but let's hope we can compete for it.
In many ways, I'd imagine now it is a really nice time to come back to this event, and particularly this location, because there's no expectation. You've won 9. If you win 10, it's a bigger dream. And the kind of pressure's gone. But when you first started, when you first came in like 09, 10, what was it like? Because you wanted to win, and you won very early, obviously, but everybody around you wanted you to win as well.
Yeah, well, I think the expectation never really get lower, because now it's a lot of people expect me to win there, and it's like it has become yeah, obviously my most successful rally in the championship, and yeah, sometimes it's difficult for me because people think, this one he should win it easy. It's nothing. It's just like a, how you say, formality for him. But the truth is, I have massive respect for this rally every time I compete here because I know that these winter conditions are very challenging, very demanding, and there is a lot of surprises coming ahead. So nothing is guaranteed, but like I say, at least when the excitation is here, the will to do well is there. So I'm sure I have still the right team around me to perform. So let's do it.
What's the feeling like in the service part when you're choosing tyres and the weather's coming in and it's changing, it's evolving? Most drivers fear, that's their biggest fear. For you, is it an opportunity?
Well, I like that. I think it had a really nice element to the race to have this kind of strategy possible with the tires, and that's one of the beauty of this rally. Unfortunately, not on many other rallies you have this kind of tires element. So I think it's cool, but of course even for me it's also building up the stress level, and of course in these moments you hope you have the right information and you are making the right call, and because it's a key element to perform here.
But there's always, anywhere you go in the world, there's something magical about Monte Carlo. And tell me about that feeling when you drive back into Monaco, into wherever the finish is. What's it like when you drive into it and you've dominated your mountains again?
Well, first of all, I will start with when you leave Monaco, because on the Thursday night when we leave after the ceremony, it's always, I used to say, one of the most stressful moments of the season, even if I don't do the full season anymore, because going by night through these challenging stages is very difficult. So starting the season on that is very, very hard on us. But yeah, this atmosphere is very special. So driving by night and with all the fun. Then, of course, after usually a very long weekend and very exhausted one, for sure it feels fantastic coming back to Monaco as a winner. And okay, it used to be in front of the palace. Now it's downstairs, but it's still amazing to receive your trophy from the prince, and yeah, it's one of the most beautiful ceremony of the season. So of course, yeah, I hope to be in this situation again soon.
Sébastien, all that remains is to say all the best for this week, chasing number 10.
Thank you very much.
Go get it.